Hello and welcome to your core 15-minute blast. So today I'm going to do a little circuit for you focusing on the abdominals, working in our key principles. If you don't know about the key principles, please go back to the introduction to the Reformer and to the Pilates course, which is where you can see all of the basic principles that will get you going for the rest of the app. Hello and really warm welcome to our Reformer class. This is going to be a 10 to 15 minute ab blast, easy enough to do. We're going to have 3 different levels today, starting with level 1, moving into level 2, moving into level 3. Please revisit the basic principles where you can really understand about your form, your imprint and your neutral to make sure that you're in the correct alignment and you get the most out of today's session. So making a start, we're going to start with our short loops onto our posts here. We're going to make sure we're in stopper position number 2, and we're going to get our springs in place on 1 red, 1 blue. Now if you find this slightly too hard, then you can take the blue off and just have a red. If you want to intensify it, please feel free to add a red spring on so you've got 2 red springs instead. So going for that level 2 with the springs, we're going to take a lie down to start with. Making sure that your head is in alignment with the spine. If you feel that you're really extended back, then make sure that we put the headrest up by 1. We're going to start by bringing those hands into the loops here, taking them off the posts, making sure that we're not squished up against the shoulder rests and our feet are onto the bar. We're going to take an imprint position, so as you can see, I'm pressing my spine down in towards the mat. My hands are above my shoulders, rib cage is drawing down with my breath, one leg is drawing up and the other leg is drawing up into what we call tabletop. We're going to inhale, prepare, exhale, let's push those arms down, squeezing into that mid-back, we hold. Inhale to draw those arms up, resisting that tension. Again, we exhale to press. Keeping that spine imprinted, drawing the breath out, connecting with that pelvic floor, and inhale, we reach up. Nice work. And again, we press and lengthen, squeezing into that mid-back, drawing those arms down, pause. Inhale, we bring those arms up. Good. And again, we exhale to press. We inhale to lift. Nice job, guys. We're going to do 2 more like this in our level 1. It should be challenging, but we should be able to maintain that imprint position and then lengthen all the way up on that inhale. 1 more. Keeping those knees on top of the hips, not drawing away or drawing too far in, feet just above the knees. We inhale, take those arms up. We're going to nod the chin towards the chest. Exhale, we're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders and draw those arms down. Hands in line with the shoulders, we pause. And then slowly lower, inhale. So it's all about that control here. Exhale, reach and lift. Hold. Lower down. Inhale. Good. Again, we reach. Pause. And lower. We're doing 6 of these in that level 2. We've got 3 more for 3. Keeping that chin tucked, looking down, refraining from looking up. And then we lower. Let's go again for 2 and press. And down. Connecting that pelvic floor before we move. Again, 1 more. Up. And hold. Tiny pulses for 8. So it's the chest lifting, not the elbows shrugging, elbows bending. Last 6. For 5. Reach forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly head goes down and feet go down. Have a little rest. Beautiful. We're going to go into our single leg extension now. It is a hot day here today, so finding that imprint position and bringing those legs up into tabletop again. Nice. We're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders, press the arms down and extend that leg. We pause, only going down as far as we can maintain that imprinted position. We slowly lower, inhale. Exhale, up and reach. Hold. And down and in. Lovely. So the lower we go down with the leg, the harder it's going to be. Maintaining that imprint position, making sure this one isn't lifting off the carriage. And then we bring it down, inhale. Again, we up and lift. Exhale. And down and in. Inhale, we got 2 more each side. Again, we press. And lower. Inhale and change. Nice strong long arms. Use that mid back. You can see my opposite knee is keeping on top of my hip. Foot in line with the knee or just above. Good job. One more each side. Pause and lower. We change. Good. Hold and down. Really nice work. We take a rest. Good. So if you find that you want to build this up, then keep that going or add some pulses in. This is our basic class, so working into that core in that first level here. Now next time we are going to find that inference position and bring those legs up into tabletop again. We're going to connect the legs together. Now only do this if you can keep your whole spine down onto the carriage. We're going to inhale, prepare. Keep that ribcage down. As we exhale, we're going to press through the arms, extend the legs, we squeeze into the heels and pause. We then lower slowly, pulling those knees together and down. Try not to release, but keep that connection. Again, we lift and lengthen. Eye line down, we pause. And we lower, inhale. We bring it down. Again, 4 more, and up. Hold. And lower. Whew. And again for 3. Press. And in. Good job. Let's go for 2. You see that control. You see that length through the legs, lifting the chest, pulling the belly button towards the spine, and slowly down. Great job. Again, 1 more. Up. We pause there. We pause and then we pull the knees in for 4. Exhale, lengthen away. For 3. And we press. Again for 2. And we press. Keep with me, nearly there. Last one. In. Exhale, push. And then slowly all the way down. And take those feet down. Really nice work. You're going to bring the straps back onto those posts. Feet as wide as the bar. Wiggle yourself down. Knees over to the right as we look to the left. We come back through center. You might find a bit of a crack through that back. Drawing the shoulders down. And then come back to center. We're going to sit up and we're going to come into a half plank position. So we have options here. One blue is going to be a little bit easier, giving us more support. One white is going to be a little bit harder. So you choose what you want today. I'm going to go for a blue spring. If you want to go onto that white, then feel free to. You can have your feet up against the shoulder rests, or you can bring your knees forward, whatever you prefer. Our shoulders are drawing down and back. Our core is connecting with our breath as we draw the carriage away slightly and find that half plank. So important here, the half plank is nice and controlled. We're not collapsing or sticking the bum out. We're finding that long alignment from the back of the legs to the crown of the head. We're going to exhale, push ourselves away. Keeping that lovely alignment. We're going to fold those knees underneath the hips. Exhale, push and lengthen away. And then bringing it all the way up, finding that stopper. Again, we press. If you struggle to find the stopper, place it out to stopper position 3. Press. And in. And lengthen. Find that half plank. Shoulders away from the ears, find that stopper. Now I'm hitting the back of the stopper, so I'm going to move my feet back to here. To give me a little bit more range, we push away. Good. We pull those knees in, upper body doesn't move. Exhale, we push, lengthen, find that half plank. And then slowly bring it all the way up. Find that stopper. Again, push. In. A little bit more fluidity. Now we press and up. Good. Again, push, fold, lengthen, and up. Nice. 2 more. We push. Good. In. Knees under hips. Push and lengthen up. 1 more coming up. We push. Pulls. Even though we're working the abdominals, we're supporting ourselves with the upper spine as well. We pause there and hold for 4. Feel that shake for 3. Last 2, ribcage in, last 1, come all the way up and find the stopper. We're gonna come straight onto our feet, making sure our hands are on the bar. Feet to hips distance, you're gonna push the carriage away, heels are nice and heavy. You're gonna come up onto the tippy toes and push back into your plank. I'm gonna come into the center so I don't hit the end. Holding there, I'm gonna hold that plank. You're gonna pull the knees in and exhale, push away. Good, in. And push. You see when I'm coming in with the knees, it's a neutral spine, not a tuck under. And push away. Again, we pull in and push. Good. In and away, ribcage down. 3 more. 3 and push. Perfect. Again for 2. Use that breath. Again, 1 more, in and push. Holding there, we breathe. We're gonna pike the hips up, bring the carriage in and push those heels down. We're gonna move onto a white spring. Add the white first, make sure it's secure, take the blue spring off. This is our level 2. Level 1, if white is too much. We're gonna come into our planks a lot harder. We're gonna pike the hips up, tuck the head under, tippy toes, find the stopper, pull the belly button towards the spine. We're going to lengthen back out into that plank. We're going to pike the hips up, tuck the head under, pull belly button towards the spine. We pause and then we lengthen away. Good job. Again, let's pull, tuck, curl that upper spine. We bring it in and we push. 2 more. Good, crunching into the abdominals, and we push. 1 more coming up and in. Good, and we push back into that plank and we hold that plank. Look at my fingers, my thumbs and my fingers are all to the end of the bar, not, my thumb isn't on the inside. Holding 4, connect your pelvic floor, 3, length through the crown of the head, last 2, and 1. Let's pike up, and then push those heels down. Push the weight down, find that stretch. Nice work. We're going to change back onto that blue spring. We're nearly there, guys. 1 more set. We're going to face towards the back of the carriage now. We're going to take the straps off into the center. Now, the further up we hold onto these bars, the harder it's going to be. We're going to draw our shoulders on top of our wrists. If this is too hard, take it down to a white. We're going to exhale, curl the spine, tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly button up, and inhale, lengthen. Again, we exhale to tuck. Inhale to lengthen. Good. Again, exhale to tuck. Curl, curl, curl. Inhale to lengthen. Nice. We create that C curve through the spine, tucking the tailbone under. I'm not pulling my knees in. My knees are only coming in because my core is doing the work. Let's go again for 4. And away. Again for 3. Away. Inhale. Let's go again for 2. And press. Lengthen. Last one. Exhale. Curl, 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 curl. And lengthen. And then come all the way back. Really lovely. You're going to bring your knees apart, toes together, hands onto the post and curl that spine, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. We're going to push into those shoulder rests as we open up the chest. Stick the bum out behind you. Exhale to curl, pull the belly button in. Again, inhale to lengthen. And exhale to curl. Holding there, breathing 4, 3, head heavy 2, and 1, slowly release. Amazing, well done. So that is just an ab burn, just a 10 to 15 minutes. That's all sometimes we have on offer for us in the day, and something is better than nothing. So I hope you enjoyed, and come back for some more when you have some more time.